That was a veteran move right there, buddy. That was awesome. You're doing a great job. Fantastic job, buddy. That was a very, very impressive performance today. Great job, everybody. Great job. Very proud of you, buddy. You had to work your butt off for that one, man. Slide back in your seat there, man. Give those belts a good tug. Double check your steering wheel. Get a good look at your switches. Get ready to go here, buddy. Pit crew, we get a thumbs up from everybody? Okay, whatever. Our backup channel. Make sure everybody's on it. Can you hear me? So you're going to be in the middle of a dogfight here. What do we need to try to do, do you think? Need to be a little tighter or a little looser?
Season 4 of the Upstate Racing League live on LSRTV, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series, getting things kicked off here tonight for race 2 of 16, the BRM 150 from the Lanier National Speedway, the Brian Rogers Motorsports 150 tonight. Welcoming you up into the broadcast booth, and my name is Evan Posoko, joined alongside Petey Zeller. And Petey, it's going to be our second race of the season. We go to the .375 mile short track. This one's going to be very exciting, a lot of close quarters racing, a lot of cars going to be fighting for not a lot of real estate.
Last week they had a big wide track and they put on a great show, giving us some great racing. Race dominated by Justin Brooks, leading flag to flag. This week he leaves off right where he starting from the pole tonight. Should be exciting. I expect to see some tempers flare tonight, racing in such close quarters at only a 3.7 mile track here at Lanier.
So we'll run you down through the starting grid here. Again, the field already determined by a separate qualifier session. Real quick, got to make note of the cars that went home. 36 cars attempted to qualify, 30 going to make the show. The drivers that don't make it, the 79 of Kevin Baker, he missed that final spot by 4 1/1000ths of a second. Charlie Ryan, Zach Regenball, Eric Tupper, Brian Wilson, and Jamie Jeffers are unable to make the show. But starting on pole position, going to be the number 24, that's Brandon Otto. Dale O'Neill going to be starting in second. Ryan Borges is going to be P3. Anthony Bunch in fourth. Philip Thompson fifth. Justin Brooks the second in P6. Seventh to Justin Fuller. Jared Fontaine in going to be eighth position. Joshua Cotton in ninth, and Matt Wright could round out the top 10.
11th is John Knoll. In 12th is number 69, Michael Sweeney. And 13th is Tony Mung. In 14th is the number 128 of Kevin Cremonce. And 12th is Brian Rogers. 15th is Brian Rogers Jr. And 16th is Nicholas Ramusin. And 17th is Robbie Roy. And 18th is Dylan Canova. And 19th, Cody Myers. And rounding out the top 20 is Chalmers Parker.
and the field already cycling in through 3 and 4 on our first of 2 pace laps. So we'll run it down to the rest of the field at the first available time. But again, Otto going to be starting from the pole position. Next race going to be coming up with the Upstate Racing League, rather, going to be the AgTV 100 at USA International Speedway. That is going to be in 1 week's time here on LSRTV. Also want to make a quick note that number 17 of Philip Thompson going to be the in-race reporter for tonight's race. He is sponsoring the Hard Charger Award as we roll through 3 and 4, and we're getting set to go green, get race number 2 kicked off. Pace car down to the safety of pit road. 24 of Otto in control. Green flag flies. We're underway at a DuPont Chevrolet. Going to lead us at the start-finish line. Side by side for second. Borges trying to move forward on the inside.
Brian Borges got his winner, the 116 on the start. The outside line is not very good here at Lanier. You want to be at the bottom. There's not much grip up top. This is very slow as Borges is trying to clear the 116, of which he will. And they are single file all the way back to around 5th as they race side by side.
It's going to be the number 17 machine of Philip Thompson to the inside on the number 10 car. That's Anthony Bunch, who is going the wrong direction, and the 10 car actually going to catch the fence. And now caution, we got trouble back in the pack here, and 1 car around on the back straightaway. Brian Rogers Jr., the number 12 Chevrolet, he's around down the back straightaway. And that will bring us under our first caution flag of the night. And as we get set on putting that replay up, looks like he had a little bit of assistance as the 133 Mellow Yellow Chevrolet tried to make a move to the inside lane. That did not work out. That was Robbie Roy. And Roy evidently sending that 12 machine around the 12 car, spun it out and did not make contact with any other drivers. And, a relatively clean yellow. One issue here, PD, is the fact that pit road it's so difficult to get around to and be able to maintain that pit road speed that a lot of these guys could lose their laps just from coming down for service.
The pit road Lanier is literally along the whole entire track. The number 12 who just spun out will come down pit road. But it's very hard. Even if you're the leader and you come to pit road, you're still most likely going to go a lap down. This pit road is literally the length of the track. And you have to go around the whole track just to get to your pit stall. And they have to go around the track halfway again just to get out, making things difficult for the drivers. So wrecking is something that you normally don't want to do anyways. But if you do it here, it's just that much worse due to the humongous pit road.
And it doesn't help the fact that the pit lane speed is slower than pace speed, so those guys down on pit road are really left with not a lot of opportunity there. So Brandon Otto still sits P1 again. Ryan Borges, he was able to get that number 2 spot with the advantage of the inside. Pete, I know we were talking about this racetrack, primarily a one-groove racetrack, so the fact that Borges was able to get to the inside on Dale O'Neill and pretty easily complete that pass. And that's why Borges has been able to get up to the number 2 position. And what you could expect to see coming up on this next restart and throughout the race is the fact that car that's going to be restarting in 3rd is probably going to have a better shot at it than the guy that restarts 2nd, because again, he will have the advantage of starting on that inside lane. And again, the leader can control the restart, but the green flag flies pretty quickly here. Again, not a lot of room around the Lanier National Speedway here, and again, continuing to work at a caution. Want to talk some quick track facts as the lights go off in pace car. This racetrack located in Brazelton, Georgia, broke ground and opened back in 1982. Has 5 to 11 degrees of banking, and this track actually closed at the moment, going through a repave, going to reopen 2015, so something to look forward to see if that new version of the racetrack comes to iRacing sometime in the future. And lights going to go back up on the pace car as we'll go one more time around, make sure everybody is able to get back. Looks like Robbie Roy going to be able to get a wave around, and we'll return to the lead lap. That's the number 1/3. Actually, no, he's getting an EOL penalty. He'll go to the back of the line for being deemed the cause of that caution for getting into the left rear of the number 12 machine. And now we'll go back. Lights are off in a pace car. 24 on the inside, 32 of Borges on the outside. Again, keep an eye on Dale O'Neill. He'll have that inside on Borges, which could be the battle for 2nd. Pace car off, green flag flies, 24 is gone. Can Ryan Borges jump down into the number 2 position? No, going to be side by side. That 116 of Dale O'Neill is there.
Ryan Borges caught sleep on that restart, and that left the door open as he hits the wall a little bit for the 116. And here comes your 3-time defending champ, Justin Ford, to the inside, racing side by side, number 32.
We got big trouble in 1 and 2. Caution flag going to fly. The 86, I want to say. That's Ronald Henry. His car has some major damage with the Lone Star design on that Chevrolet. And going to wait for a replay to go up. This actually incident happened well up in front of him. It all starts, I believe, with the 128 car, and looked like a couple of these cars were having some connection issues blinking in and out, but it is going to be the 128 who goes to the inside and actually spins the 69 machine out into the 92. They evidently blocked the racetrack. More specifically, the 69 car was in the middle of the racetrack, and everybody else tried to cycle through around it. That was Michael Sweeney, who was in the middle of the racing surface. The 57 plowed into that, the 9, and then again the 86 that I was talking about spun that number 9 machine into that, and a lot of cars coming down pit road. Mike Sweeney has some pretty heavy damage. Dan Dubuque going to be down pit road as well. And you don't want to come down pit road early here because, again, could very well easily lose your lap. A lot of these names that we're talking about towards the tail end of this pack, which, again, things can get pretty congested here very early with such a limited amount of space that these guys are working with, Petey.
Yeah, and a bunch of these race cars already torn up pretty severely. It looks like I think it's the 69. Looks like his car is very torn up. He has no rear left, and his motor is smoking a little bit. So he's going to come down pit road, hope to get fixed a little bit. Definitely going to lose a lap or two. A tough break for him. Looks like the 9 was just checking up for the wreck, and no one else really saw the wreck. And just a classic case of short track racing where there's a wreck, and some people check up, and the ones that don't run into the ones that check up.
And again, tonight is race number 2 of 16 on Season 4 with the Upstate Racing League. Glad to have you with us on LSRTV. The BRM, the Brian Rogers Motorsports 150. Brian, the number 12 machine, sponsoring tonight's race. And again, only going to be 56 miles from the start of the green flag to the checkered flag as lights go back up on a pace car. But it is with 150 laps. Again, this racetrack very small at only 0.375 miles per lap here. And we'll get another shot at the restart. And again, the positions that continue to swap in and out as we've primarily been focused on the front of the field here. Most of the incidents happening towards the back of the pack is Borges will now be in third, and the 116 machine of Dale O'Neill going to be up top. And green flag flies, 24 car set sail. The 116 is going to get him up from the 51, and Borges going to throw down to the inside, side by side for the number 2 spot out of 2.
116 wanted to pull it down, but he just didn't have enough time. That opened the door for Ryan Borges in the 32. As here he's going to come, and he's going to try to clear the 116 as Justin Brooks is flying his way up to 4th as he's battling side by side with Justin Fuller, and Borges will clear the 116.
And now the 33 machine of Justin Brooks tries to get to the inside on the 116, and Dale O'Neill going to shut the door there, so they will single file out for a moment inside of the top 10 for the most part. About 8th position, Joshua Cotton on the inside of the 17 of Philip Thompson. Expect the 4 car to get the advantage, and he will clear that 17 now down in a quarter number 3. That makes the first side-by-side battle. Back behind them, the 71 to 30 machine going to be going at it. That's for P10.
They're side-by-side off of turn number 1. The 71 seems at the advantage here, but this should open up the door for the 157. They're still side-by-side. The 30 car will not give up, battling hard on that outside. Something we'll not see a lot here tonight, but he's doing a good job of it as the 71 will clear him, and that will open the door for the 157.
Battle for P3, the 33 of Justin Brooks going to get it quite easily after he got down to the inside on the 116 of Dale O'Neill. He'll get clear, and now the 51 machine of Justin Fuller trying to do the same thing. Had a nose at the start-finish line, was scored P4, and now Dale O'Neill on the outside lane going to get real close to that fence. Was going to say he may have had an opportunity to jump down in front of the 10 of Anthony Bunch. Not going to happen. 10's going to get around him, 26 is going to get around him. That's Jaron Fontaine. And now that, again, the 116, the outside is almost a damage control position, Petey. He'll slide back in line, but not before dropping back to 7th spot.
Yeah, and so far we've seen the 2 Justins, Justin Fuller and Justin Brooks, fly through this field as the 33 is catching the 32 of Ryan Borges very fast here. Pretty single file throughout the top 10 right now. Justin Fuller seems pretty safe in 4th at the moment. Just some single groove racing, everyone trying to settle it out and save their cars for the end because, like we saw in that last wreck, you can damage your cars pretty severely early.
We've got 1 car around down the front straightaway. We're 4 wide going down into the corner. I believe the green flag is still out. Those guys able to hang on to it. No caution flag to fly, but we were 4 wide going down into 1 after somebody either got turned around or got loose, but everybody keeps them pointed the right direction for the moment. And if you look up in front of Brandon Otto, the fact that you're going to see it's Ronald Henry right there. Lap traffic is going to be caught very quickly at this racetrack. We do have a battle inside the top 5. The 116 trying to make up for some ground that he lost. He's to the inside of the 26 of Jared Fontaine. A little bit of contact as the 26 starts to come down. Gets into the right rear of the 4 car, going to get around as well. So Joshua Cotton going to pick up a spot in the 26 now of Fontaine, going to drop back now to 8.
The leaders had a little bit of issue with the 86 lap car, did not quite get out of his way as fast as he anticipated, and that slowed him up quite a bit. is the number 32 will actually pull right back up to him as the 33 is also there. And these three have kind of set sail from the 4th place of Justin Fuller right now, 1.6 seconds ahead of him. The battles have really calmed down here. The closest battle right now is for 6th. The 4 and the 26 and the 17 are racing hard for position number 5. The 3-time defending champion Justin Fuller will try to close in on these leaders.
And again, there is a $40 bounty up for grabs if anybody can beat Fuller, because again, this being season 4, if he's a 3-time champion, that means he's been the only one to host the championship trophy at the end of the season. So not only are these guys looking for bragging rights, but also a little bit of a $40 bounty on the back of that 51 machine if anybody is able to steal the championship from him. But again, still a long way to go in the season before we reach that point. And you're right, the top 3 really starting to set sail. 3/10 back is Borges, 7 back is Justin Brooks in second, and then almost 2 seconds back to the 51 of Justin Fuller and company. And again, a long way to get to that championship battle. Tonight, only race 2. First 11 races going to be the regular season, and at that point we make a chase cutoff, and only the top 12 going to advance for the final races, 12 through 16 chase races, in order to have the battle for that championship. All this information and more can be found upstateracing.com for more information on that. And it's good to see this green flag run. We see one car up in the outside retaining wall down the back straightaway, trying to get a number on that machine. It looks like the 86 of Ronald Henry. He was slow after a lot of contact with the 26 car, got hit by the 17. They were all able to hang on to it, and the 71 machine went to avoid it, put Henry in the wall. We still stay green, but a lot of beating and banging going out throughout this field as the 24 of Brandon Otto starting to be closed in on by the 32 Borges. Cuts it down to half a car.
Borges has found the back bumper for number 24. It didn't take him too long, and now there is a battle brewing for the lead. There is a big line of lap cars up here that they're going to have to deal with, and hopefully right now if you're Brandon Otto, you're hoping all these cars are respectful and get right out of your way, as the 25 will do. And Ryan Borges has found his way up to the 2nd position, and now going to be battling for the lead pretty soon.
And again, the key is navigating that lap traffic, and the fact that, again, the inside going to be the fastest way around you. Hope that the lap cars will yield high, as the 70 machine does this time by, as the field puts a lap on Dylan Canova. But if you're a Ryan Borges, you're almost hoping that the guy up in front of you, Brandon Otto, will catch this lap traffic at a bad time, maybe get stuck behind him, and you could almost use that lap traffic as a pick on a guy that you're trying to pass. But again, with this racetrack being so small, that is going to be one of the keys to the races as we go on board with Ryan Borges. Take a look at Brandon Otto, and now we got trouble right in front of our leaders. The 30 machine going to go around. That's John Knoll. He had some company and under caution flag, and actually it was a self-spin for the number 30. He was down going through corner number 4, got real sideways speedy, and tried that whole straightaway to hang on to it. Car just did not get settled back down and spun out in the corner, actually collected at innocent number 57, and that close to taking out our leaders. Leaders going to be able to sneak on by. No harm, no foul for them, but we do return to the caution flag after a pretty substantial green flag run. Already 40 laps now into this 150 lap affair.
Running around 18 seconds, actually running around 14-second laps here. The laps click off like nothing here, but that must have been a scary moment for the leaders. This car was wrecking in front of them. Something you don't want to see, but you will see it a lot here, being such a small track. If you are just 1/10 or 2/10 off the pace, it's not long for the leaders get to your back bumper. And when the leaders get to your back bumper, you're going to be lapped pretty quickly. The battle started brewing for the lead before that caution came out. 3-car breakaway. We will see with the caution coming out if we'll reset things, and maybe if Justin Fuller, caught up with the leaders, can catch up.
And we have a quick word, going to try to get radio communication with our in-race supporter, the number 17 of Philip Thompson. You got a copy on the radio?
10-4, man, I got you.
You're sitting right now, P8 started in 5th position. We've seen a lot of beating and banging out throughout the tail end of this lead lap. You're sitting in a top 10 position right now, coming off of that longest green flag run that we've seen tonight. How's the car feel?
The car feels great, man. I'm just trying to log some laps here, ride around a little bit. Got into the 26, I believe there it was, just a little bit. Hate that happened, but I heard the spotter say one high, so.
With this racetrack obviously being so short, but also the bottom lane being the predominant lane, is the bump and run one of your primary, things that you got to go to make a pass? How do you successfully get around somebody here?
It's definitely difficult. I don't think I want to do the bump and run very often. Maybe if it was for the win, maybe. But other than that, I'd like to try to pass him clean here. We'll see what happens.
All right, then. Field doubling up, so we'll let you get back to your team radio. Good luck on this restart.
Thank you.
So that was a quick word with our in-race report. Again, don't have a lot of time under these quick caution flag periods, but we're going to go back to green, and now it is the 33 of Justin Brooks who's going to be in P3. 24 still our leader. Borge is going to be second. Green flag flies. We're underway, and to no surprise, the 33 has the nose on the inside. Borges thinks of shutting the door, can't get it done. Going to be side by side for second.
They were side by side. Justin Brooks at the advantage right now with the inside lines. They're racing side by side for fourth. 116 under the 51. 51 actually clear him on the outside as Ryan Borges is racing door to door with the 33. He's not giving up on the outside right now. Battling as hard as we've seen anyone battle on the outside tonight, doing a very good job up there, but if he does not get down quick, that'll open the door for Justin Fuller, and I think he will be clear. He is clear and got a hole and got very lucky there.
That outside is almost again a damage control lane, and a 10 car going to way overdrive that Anthony Bunch. Way to the outside after he was P6. The 4 machine going to get to the inside. That's Joshua Cotton. Now the 26 machine going to get to the inside as well. And Bunch dropping back significantly. He was 8th that time by the stripe. Still stuck up top. He'll now pull down in front of Al Smith Jr. to be able to get back into that single file line, which makes up about the top 10 cars. But the 24 of Brandon Otto, after starting on pole position in tonight's races, really been the dominant car. It looked like Ryan may have had something for him, PD, on that long run, but so far holds a steady 4/10 of a second gap over now second place runner Justin Brooks, looking for back-to-back wins. He won a race last week at Richmond.
One thing we have not known tonight, around 14th to about 21st, there's a big Hornets nest. They're racing side by side, about 6 rows deep. Very competitive back here. Some cars like the 7.5.
Contact,
the 133. Robbie Roy is around, and he saved it. Caution still out.
Flag is gonna fly. I saw some smoke behind the incident. It looked like everybody was able to hang on to it. The caution will come out, and it was the 92 car who I think got into the back of the 98 and evidently slid up at a Robbie Roy. Not the first time we've seen that 133 mellow yellow machine in some sort of incident tonight, and he's able to hang on to it. But again, all that rubbing did cause a caution to come out, as the flagman was right there looking at all the action. So we do return to our caution flag period. I'm going to take a quick moment. We'll try to step away for a very quick break. 1/3 through this race, the BRM 150 at Lanier. More on the other side. Back live tonight, the Lanier National Speedway playing host to the Season 4 of the Upstate Racing League, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series tonight. The Brian Rogers Motorsports 150. Keep an eye out for Brian. He's driving the number 12 machine as we take a look at the standings right now, and he sits in what is going to be, want to double check on that, P25, unfortunately 2 laps down, but has come on board to title sponsor tonight's race. I want to give a quick shout out to him and express our gratitude for him for obviously getting us on the air tonight. Lights going to go off on a pace car. It's going to be a lap 57 restart that we'll see once again. Brandon Otto going to be in the top spot. Green flag flies now. We're back underway. A good start by the 33. That's going to be the first time that that car in second is going to be able to get in line. He shuts the door on Borges. He'll be able to maintain second spot.
This is as high as we've seen the 33 all night. And we know he was fast last week. Does he have anything with 24 right now? Is there a single file all the way back to around 8th? But they are bumper-to-bumper racing here, and Ryan Borges must be really upset because he's made his money on these restarts tonight, getting down the inside.
And we're going to go at it for the lead. 33 to the inside on the 24. He'll have the preferred lane. It's a drag race at the start-finish line. Otto still with the advantage and battling back hard on the outside. The DuPont Chevrolet is not allowing Justin Brooks to get the advantage over the inside, going to pay dividends. And for the first time tonight, new leader at quarter number 4, Justin Brooks, going to lead them that time by. And this is going to be big trouble for the 24 of Otto, because there goes the 32 of Ryan Borges as well, side by side for what's going to be P2.
They're racing door-to-door. The 32 of Ryan Borges has the clear advantage as the 24 gets loose. That opened the door for 116. The 24 is just in the endless black hole of the outside line right now. We have not seen him in traffic all night. It'll be interesting to see if he can make his way back through these cars. But meanwhile, Justin Brooks has taken off where he left last week. He has got the lead, and Ryan Borges is close behind him in second.
We're double file back and back around P12, but keeping an eye on when this 24 car, if this 24 car can get in line. Had a little bit of a window of opportunity there to get it behind the 116 of Dale O'Neill. Couldn't get the job done. And now we go on board with them, just trying to sneak in. The 4 car's got a nose to the inside. That's the DeWalt machine of Joshua Cotton. He's going to get to the inside and make that side-by-side down to back straightaway. So Brandon Otto going to slide back to P5 and possibly more, because now the 26 of Jared Fontaine going to go to the inside once again. And everybody else within the top 10 single file, we got some 2-wide back in the pack 41 car of Chalmers Parker's going the wrong direction, pitting on the outside. Interesting to note on that number 41 machine of Parker, the 3-time Can-Am Racing Series late model champion tonight.
Yeah, he's in trouble on the outside right now. As the 26 actually did fine with 24, actually finally found his way to the bottom. As the 41 and the 17 are the first side-by-side battle, currently racing side-by-side for that 11th position. 41 has the advantage, but the 17 has the inside right now, as they are door-to-door going off to turn number 1. And the 41 has a long train of cars behind him, so he's going to do all he can to try to clear the 17, because if he doesn't, he's in for a long way to the back.
The guys over here at Upstate and the guys over at Can-Am Racing have some very friendly competition that they exchange in, and obviously the 41 machine going over tonight. Again, I mentioned the 3-time Can-Am Racing Series late model champion, so he knows how to pilot these things, and he's stuck on the outside, and he can't get in line, Pete, because unlike the top 10 where we see a little bit of separation, again, these guys all running a fixed setup, the same setup on all these cars. There's real no separation back to back. Everybody just bumper to bumper trying to find some sort of real estate where side by side, even 3-wide at points for P25, but it is the top 2 if we look back up to the front of the field that have really checked out. Borges tracing Justin Brooks. Again, Brooks coming off of the trip to victory lane 1 week ago at Richmond, trying to go back-to-back on this season. Borges trying to spoil the party, sits about half a car length off, and we got 1 car down pit road, heavy smoke, trying to get a number on that car, but these leaders have checked out about 1.2 seconds plus on the rest of the field.
Real impressive job by number 32, Ryan Borges, doing tonight, keeping up with the points leader. This is actually his first race in the Upstate League. And right now he's going for Rookie of the Race, and more importantly, the win. Is right now he's the caution comes out on the racetrack.
The car that was on pit road, quick note, the 00 of Richard Haskins, he had some trouble and evidently finds himself in his stall, but now more problems on the racetrack. Caution going to fly once again, going to be the number 30 car of John Knoll, who goes around in the corner, but side by side looks like the 69 may have pushed up the slightest bit. 30 machine, you could also argue, may have been pinching. That was in turns 3 and 4 on lap 68. What a round. Replay goes up now. The 71 machine caught a little bit of damage on that. Everybody else went 3 wide to avoid it, and he still can't get turned around, PD. 30 car still facing the wrong direction on the apron because there's, again, such a large field size circling around to catch the pace car. He's going to lose a lap here, and he pulls up and nearly takes out a couple of cars. He was tired of waiting and nearly took out the 7 and the 57 as he tried to get back up in line.
Like we said before this race began, this is a frustrating track. You get stuck in positions like that, or if you get racing hard and get turned, you're going to get angry, and I'm sure he's just sitting there just frustrated, banging on the steering wheel, looking in his mirror, not seeing a window to go, and he might have saw the slightest window, and he has thought to himself, well, I'm going to go for it. And doing that, he almost took out the number 7 car. Very lucky no contact was made in that incident.
Halfway through this time by, rather in 2 times by, we're going to be at the lap 75.75 will be in the bag in 2 laps here, and we will be halfway through tonight's BRM 150. Some quick notes again, the awards that are handed out every race, the Perry Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, the pole award, going to be obviously given to the car that qualifies on pole position. That was given to Brandon Otto in the number 24 machine. Again, we talked to Philip Thompson, the in-race reporter for tonight's race. Going to try to talk to him later on in tonight's affair as he has cycled back and, again, trying to get a confirmation on what position he runs in. He sits, again, still 24th, 2 laps down. Or rather, no, P11, as we just talked to him. He was just 8th position. There's also the NHR Racing Rookie of the Year Award for the highest finishing rookie per race, and then the D's Pit Stop Sportsmanship Award for the highest finishing driver with the least amount of incident points. And on that note, as we still work under the caution flag period, the lights have gone off, and make a real quick note to the fact that these drivers will have their incident points tallied up throughout the season. Every 8 incident points will be a 1-point penalty, and every time you go a race with no incidents, we get a 1-point bonus in the championship, which could be very detrimental coming to championship time. Pace car off, we're back underway. Justin Brooks not messing around, he is gone. Going to be side by side for second, 116 to the inside on Ryan Borges. That's Dale O'Neill. Going to have a nose at quarter number 2. Could he hang on to it? The 32's almost going to get clear, and 116 throws it in. They're going to go at it for P2.
132. The 32 is hanging tough on the outsides. I think he has cleared the 116.
He
does, and he pulls down into the line.
Oh, contact! The 4 car is going to get turned at a quarter number 2. Big trouble down in the corner. Caution flag going to fly. And it looks like almost everybody is able to get around without incidents, but Joshua Cotton, Petey, the DeWalt machine, one of these cars that we have seen running strong all night long, going to have some help. The 24 car who sends him in, 24, Brendan Otto, has been up front all race long in a hurry to get back up through the field, and it catches the 4 car. 4 car overcorrects into the fence. Looks like everybody's able to get around it 3 and 4 wide, but unfortunately for Cotton, that's going to cycle him all the way back to the tail end of the lead lap, which is about 19 cars at the moment, and add on to the fact that he's going to get some damage from that one.
Very impressive job on that restart we saw from 32, Ryan Borges. The first time we've seen all night, someone that got someone under them, he actually beat him on the outside. Very power move there, and he will maintain the second position, although I'm sure he might be wishing he got past and was in third right now because things would be a lot easier for him.
It's one of those things that happens in the regards that you'll just pick up P2, caution will fly, and you'll get cycled back to third, which is, or rather you'll be in third, you'll get second, and then obviously going to be second on that outside lane, and then you could fall back to third, or even worse on an ensuing restart. So it's the, you never know the way these cautions are going to fly, obviously, and what we've seen so far tonight is that the inside is the place to be, and again, we did see Borges make that outside work, but unfortunately for him, it'll once again put him on the outside. Interested enough to note, Petey, we saw all the guys that have pretty much led us the green flag so far tonight. They waited even about a second after the green flag was actually thrown by the sim. Justin Brooks going right on the pace car, which caught that third place car off guard. The number 116 was not expecting that of Dale O'Neill, which I think is what allowed Borges to have the upper hand on that battle, and evidently allowed that 32 Chevrolet to sneak back in line.
Very interesting thing, with only 30 cars advancing to the race, the number 32 of Kevin Baker missed the race by 4 1,000ths of a second, getting beat out by Jackson Lewis, who was a rookie in this race actually. So tough break for him, but with the field size, you will have go-and-go homers each and every week with a lot of people showing up to qualify for these races.
Lights back off at a pace car. We work down to back straightaway. We want to remind everybody to tune in to LSRTV November 4th. The NASCAR iRacing.com Pro Series is going to be coming to LSRTV. That's going to be in just under 2 weeks' time. So we get set for another restart. Justin Brooks once again in control of the field. He hesitates a little bit longer this time. Green flag flies. And the 116 is going to get contact. And he's going to check him. He hangs on. We're 3 and 4 wide, trying to get around it. 5 wide in the corner. That's not going to work for long. They hang on.
I thought the 51 was going to go around. There's still 4 wide, and oh my goodness, everyone just did an amazing job saving that, especially the 51 and 116. And they're still racing 3 wide around this track, and oh my, I've never seen that.
5 wide at Lanier, they hang on to it. Evidently, the 116 could obviously lose a lot of time. The 51 of Justin Fuller, 3-time defending champion, going to be 3 wide as he got cycled back trying to hang on to his machine. He needs a strong finish tonight because he doesn't want to see Justin Brooks go back-to-back in this regular season, because that would be a statement from the 33 team. Now we got trouble back in the pack. 1 car around in turn 2. It is the 25 of Zachary Mason around in the corner. He had some help. Looked like the 30 machine, Petey, got into him on that one.
Yeah, and that gives us all no.
So the 25 car is able to get rolling once again, and I want to take a look back on my end of things here to the 5 wide situation that was caused from all of that contact down there on the restart, and somehow, some way, everybody was able to hang on to it. Not sure how they managed to do that without making it a parking lot down in the corner, but evidently they were able to hang on to it, and they stayed green for the moment. Caution would come out a little bit after that, but Petey, that was quite some remarkable racing, I'd say, by those guys down in 1 and 2. to be able to rather survive what was 5 wide at the time?
I was just sitting here clenching. I thought we were going to have the equivalent of the big one here. They were 5 wide and 4 wide behind that, 3 wide behind that. And if everyone wasn't on their toes, that had the possibility to be a big one. One thing that happened when all that mayhem happened, the 26 of Jared Fountain found his way through the pack and went from 6th to 3rd. He is now up to the 3rd position. I haven't seen him get this close to the front, but he seems to have had a very strong car, and he will now have his chance of the 2 dominant cars of the race so far, Justin Brooks and Ryan Borges.
Well, that was exciting, to say the least, and it is going to be the number 33 of Justin Brooks, who, by the way, I am loving the paint scheme on that number 33 Chevrolet. I don't know why. It just really stands out there, so I want to make a quick shout out to that. A very sharp looking machine that he has. He'll go back to the race lead, PD, and we've really only seen 1 or 2 lead changes so far tonight as lights go over the pace car, because it's so hard to get that inside position on the race leaders.
And so far this season, with Justin Brooks leading all the laps last race, in this race only Justin Brooks and Brandon Otto, we're almost a race and 2/3 through the season, and we've only seen 2 leaders. These 2 drivers have been very dominant. Last week, Brandon Otto also had a strong car that was contending for the win. And so far, the cream has risen to the top so far, and we've seen some dominant performances by certain drivers.
Back green and side-by-side for second. The 26, as you said, that's Jaron Fontaine to the inside. The 32 is going to pull in line single file for P3. And actually, no, the 17 of Philip Thompson moving up through the field to the inside. He wants that number 3 position from Ryan Borges. As side-by-side pretty much all throughout the pack behind them as they battle now down the front straightaway, down to corner number 1 and 2. Nose to nose for that battle, but that is our in-race reporter, Philip Thompson. And he's sideways, and they're able to hang on to it. Caution flag going to fly. We got a couple cars in the fence down in corner number 3. The 57 is in it as well. Dylan Canova, one of those cars, and going to try to find the... Oh, he had the 133 somehow got around, and that's Robbie Roy. Roy was around on the apron, got some help from the number 9 machine, and they tried to do the whole 3-4 wide thing once again. 70 machine just got sideways, Booty. It looks like trying to go to the high side to get around it. Hook that 57 machine. Caution flag would fly at that point, and that'll slow him down once again. A little bit of contact actually here under the caution flag period as a couple of these guys try to get checked up. Again, a lot of race cars, not a lot of real estate, but it's so fast-paced, we really don't have an opportunity to catch our breath. We got green laps, we got beaten and banged, you got a quick caution, and you're right back at it. So for a moment, we can catch our breath, and it is Justin Brooks up in a number 1 spot.
Tough break for the 133 of Robbie Roy. That was actually his teammate Jackson Lewis. I talked to him for the race, both of them making their first start, coming in here as teammates. I'm sure they didn't plan on turning one another, but that was how it went, and it's been a really tough night for that 133 car. I've seen him in a bunch of accidents, but he's still out there turning laps and trying to get all he can in his debut race for Upstate Racing League.
Again, 5 wide, why not? Still cannot get over the fact that those guys were able to hang on to that. Again, we talk about as being a 1-groove racetrack, and they went through the corner about 5 wide. So again, still can't get over that. That was pretty wild, and that's the racing that we're gonna see here. Justin Fuller not happy again. We talked about PD, the disadvantages of having to come down pit road, and Fuller expressing his displeasure for being, quote, screwed out of it, in his words, for having to pit for the 2nd week in a row, he says.
Yeah, that's a very tough break for Justin Fuller. He finished 3rd last week, actually came back to the field, and now sits 3rd in points. So he didn't start out off that bad, but he needs to get back up front as they get ready to go green, and they have lane choice. And is Justin Brooks taking the outside?
It looks like the 33 will opt to take the outside down the back straightaway, almost 2/3 through the BRM 150 at Lanier National Speedway, the Season 4 the Upstate Racing League, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series on LSRTV. Going back green, pace car down, 33 on the loud pedal, almost immediately back under green flag conditions. Jared Fontaine going to be on the inside lane. He'll get 2nd. Borges looks like he'll be able to get 3rd. And now it's the 17 of Philip Thompson. I was about to say he was on the attack. He's going to go on the defense. Car comes out of pit road. He's going to make contact with our leaders. That's the 92 car. 3 wide as everybody tries to get around him.
Everyone saves it. And Ryan Borges is catching the 26 for 2nd as they are racing side by side back here for 7th with the 7 and the 116. Brandon Otto trying to find his way back to the field with a 92 on his inside. That was a lap car that just came off pit road and made contact with the leaders, creating a very, very tight situation to say the least.
And it is going to be Justin Brooks who leads this race by 2 car lengths over the 26 of Jared Fontaine. Behind him, and pretty much right behind him, Ryan Borges all over his back bumper. That would be a battle for P2 if Borges were to step in line and attempt to make some sort of a move there. Back through this pack, double file. First double file is the 3 of Richard Holliday to the inside on the 24 of Brandon Otto. That's for P8, the 3 machine of Holliday going to get it.
He's been making his way through this field along with the 9 car so far, as he gets by the number 24, who's starting to really fall back as this race goes on, maybe having some car trouble. We saw him dominate this thing early. As the 7 gets underneath, the 10 thinks better of it, actually, but that will send the 10 up the racetrack as they battle for P number 6, I believe.
Well, I'll tell you, there is that Philip Thompson Racing Hard Charger Award that we talked about, PD, and Holliday, one of those drivers that's definitely in contention for that, started 23rd, is 8th right now. Caution flag to fly. We'll catch back up with that thought on a moment. There's trouble somewhere on the racetrack. The 9 of Jackson Lewis is around in quarter number 4. He had some help. The 51 of Justin Fuller did him in. It looks like the 9 car maybe had to check up abruptly or something, or something just caused the 9 machine to lose a lot of speed. Not sure if there was a brake check of sorts, if you want to say, but the 9 did have the left side tires on the apron. Maybe he just got loose, had to check up, and a 51 got right into him. That puts us back under caution, but the point I was going to say, PD, is that fact with that Hard Charger Award, Richard Holliday started 23rd. He sits 8th, starting 25th. Was Trevor Williams. He sits 12th. So a lot of these guys making some good ground up through this field as we approach the latter stages. Just over 40 laps remaining in this one. And again, we've only been on track for about 37 minutes and nearly done. So these guys, and along with us, don't really have a chance to catch our breaths. It's non-stop action.
Yeah, but on that Hard Charger Award, the 3 of Richard Holliday, I've been watching him this race, and he's been slowly, smoothly, and methodically making his way through the pack. And he made up to the now 8th with a pretty put-together race car, not too destroyed, and who knows, maybe he can get up there and battle for a top 5. And this is also his debut race. Seeing a lot of new guys joining the league this week. After watching the broadcast and seeing how successful last race was, they want a chance to come out here and battle with the best late model drivers.
And again, for more information at Upstate Racing, link at upstateracing.com. I want to take a quick moment to thank the title sponsor for this Season 4 series, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series, obviously sponsored by Lake City RC Speedway, nestled in the outskirts of Plattsburgh, New York. Lake City RC Speedway provides short track action for 110 scale RC cars. The track is located at 6155 Route 22 North in Plattsburgh, New York. The track has been in business for 13 years and provides a great atmosphere for racers from all over the Northeast. This track has 2 major events a year, one in the fall called the Autumn Blast and one in early spring, the Jeff Sears Memorial Race. So be able to check Lake City RC Speedway out as well, title sponsor on this season. And again, also as we continue to work under the caution flag, I would remind everybody tuning in on LSRTV, big news being announced just yesterday that the NASCAR iRacing.com Pro Series 2014-2015 season going to be on LSRTV. That starts Tuesday, November the 4th on LSRTV, so make sure to tune in to that one. Pete, I know you and I, along with Jacob, looking forward to covering that one, but we're getting set for another restart. Going to be 39 laps to go. 33 elects to take the outside lane. Once again, he is gone. Green flag flies. 26 is going to be able to get second. Side by side for third. Borges to the inside on that 17 of Philip Thompson.
They race side by side. Brooks taking the outside has really hurt Borges. He can't get underneath that one, so 33 controls the restart on the outside. First side by side battle, Matt Wright and 17 of Matt Wright clears them as they're 3 wide. Holliday trying to make some moves as he will clear, and that will simmer down to the file with the 116-17.
I'm going to say it's appropriate that it's the number 3 of Richard Holliday, who was the one that was making it 3 wide. They double file out now, and now trouble down the back straightaway. The 69 machine, Michael Sweeney, is around at a quarter number 2 and caught the back of the 25 machine. And not the first time we've said this, PD had some help with the 51 of Justin Fuller. Fuller actually gets clipped, put into the wall, and I mean, this has to be frustrating for Fuller, making a comment that he's gotten more incidents in last race and this race that he had in the previous 2 seasons. But entering tonight as the defending 3-time champion, PD, and things have just not been going his way. Polar opposite for Justin Brooks, who wants to challenge for that. Brooks finished P1 last week, runs P1 right now. But Fuller, obviously coming into the season with high expectations, is not liking the way his season has gone so far and has been caught up in, again, multiple incidents. You can probably expect some penalty points going to be assessed to him, again, for every 8 incident points points. It just counts throughout the race. So if you get 4 in one race, 4 in the next, it doesn't reset. So these are going to tally up throughout the season. You get 1 bonus point, or rather 1 penalty point taken off. And again, for every race you go incident-free, you will receive a bonus point. And with the 11-race regular season, that could be a determining factor, PD, and some of these guys, if they can make that top 12 cutoff, and then also in that final 5-race stats for the championship, could come down to determining some positions based on those incident points, either rewards or penalties.
Yes, and this is really heating up here. Things are temperatures are starting to fly here. Really tight track, not a lot of room. Just getting closing on, 20 to go. These drivers know it's go time, and everyone's going, but the thing is, some guys don't have a place to go. And they're just making holes, and that's not working out, and that is causing a few cautions here. But we expect that on short track racing. It happens. Then we're still seeing a great battle as Justin Brooks, Jared Fountain, and Ryan Borges are battling out for this win. One thing to note, Matt Wright has found his way from his deepest 28th in the field at lap 50. He has now caught his way all the way back up to 4th.
Philip Thompson has been fluctuating from top 5 to tail end of the top 10 in these last few laps. He is our in-race reporter. We've only been able to speak to him once as the lights go back off at a pace car. If we get it as a caution, we'll try to catch a word with him. But again, Evan Pasoko, PD Zeller up at a broadcast booth here this evening on LSRTV at Lanier National Speedway in Brazelton, Georgia for the BRM 150 race 2 of 16 with season 4 of the Upstate Racing League, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series getting set to go green. 33 PD once again going to choose the outside, pace car down, hesitates a little bit, now he accelerates, green flag flies. The challenge is not going to be long lasting by the 26 of Jaron Fontaine. The 7 car right on the outside gets contact for the 24 of Otto. They save it. The 116 is going backwards 3 wide as Dale O'Neill tries to hang on to it. Everybody pointed the right direction for now.
Big winner, that was the guy we were just talking about. Richard Holliday made it through all that and is now up to 6th as they are pretty single file until you get back to 8th. With the 116 and 133, where did Robbie Roy come from? He was in all these wrecks and he's now battling for 7th position with the 116.
Caution trouble down the back straightaway as the field cycles to. It's going to be in 3 and 4. 69 machine in it once again. That's Michael Sweeney, Dylan Canova as well. These 2 guys have been caught up in their fair share of incidents, and it starts with the 69 machine. PD just gets turned. The 128 rather went to the inside. Not sure if the 69 thought he was clear, or the 128 maybe arced that corner a little bit later than that 69 machine of Sweeney was expecting. But nonetheless, 69 goes over the nose of that 128, slides up and innocently clips that 70 machine, sends the 70 machine around, and we quickly return back to the caution flag period and going to try to now catch up with our in-race reporter once again. Philip Thompson, you got a copy of the radio?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you.
We've been trying to talk to you, but this race is so fast-paced. You find yourself right now P7. We've seen you up inside the top 5. What's the key? Is it just being on that inside for these restarts?
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. The inside lane is a must to gain any positions. If you get hung out there, it's hard to get down in line, and you just lose several spots. As I've been going back and forth, you can see.
We want to talk some racing with you, but we want to let you get some shout-outs in. Who do you want to thank?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank Off-Axis Paint for coming on board this scheme. This is my breast cancer awareness scheme. I'll have it this whole month, of course. And other than that, I just got to give a shout-out to Al for putting this deal on. It's an awesome league. It's a whole lot of fun. And I can't look forward to the rest of the season.
What do you think your chances are here? Where do you think this 17 machine's going to end up at the end of the night as we close in on what's going to be 25 to go at the restart?
Oh, well, I think I still have a pretty decent car. A couple of these guys in front of me have a little fresher tires. They might have something for the leader there. Hopefully, if I can get away with the top 5 here, I'd be tickled to death. A top 10 is my goal coming into the night, so if I just keep her clean to the end right here, I'll be happy.
All right, well, we're going to let you get back to the radio here as we believe the light's going to go off at a pace car this next time by, so good luck, Philip.
Thank you very much.
So once again, PD, that is a quick word with our in-race reporter, Philip Thompson. Again, he is the title sponsor for the Philip Thompson Racing Hard Charger Award. Also want to give it, again, another shout-out to Brian Rogers, driver of the number 12 machine. Does sit 1 lap down in 23rd position, but want to thank him for coming on board, sponsoring tonight's race, the BRM 150, of the Brian Rogers Motorsports 150 at Lanier National Speedway. And we're going to get set for, once again, another restart. Justin Brooks going to start on the outside lane in the ElliottRealty.com Chevrolet. He is gone side by side for second. The 7 of Matthew Wright's going to have to be on the outside. The 26th on the inside. That's the battle for second.
7 hanging hard on the outside, but will not be enough. The 26 will get the nose off the corner, and if he cannot make something happen quick, the 32 and 24 is the number 3 of Holiday gets turned around.
Holiday around and big junk at a quarter number 4. Multiple cars gonna pile into this one. It is a parking lot down the front straightaway. And PD, these guys have been flirting with a big mess like this all night long. We finally see it come to fruition as everybody scatters and tries to find some way to get around it. A lot of these cars just having nowhere to go. Obviously, caution flag gonna fly, but it all started with that 17 going to the inside. 3 car tried to come down on him, I think. And the 17 machine really was not expecting, I don't think, that 3 car to come down. And Philip Thompson, who we just talked to, PD there, the 17 machine, going to get caught up in that one. He's going to lose a lap, I do believe, in the cycle of things. And it's that quickly how your race can change.
Yeah, big one here. Tough break for the 3 and the 133. Both these cars have made their way through this field. And this is going to shake things up big. The top 10 is completely looking different. The top 5, for the most part, survive. As we will look through the top 10. It looks like Nicholas Rasmussen has found his way up to second. That can't be right.
He's dropping backwards. Nicholas Rasmussen, the number 71 machine, coming off of a P9 finish. And I want to take a quick one under this caution, actually run you real quick through last week's results from the Richmond International race. But to get things kicked off, it was Justin Brooks who took it home in victory lane. He would get 49 points for that victory. 41 points would go to our second place finisher, Matthew Wright. Justin Fuller would get third. Joshua Cotton would get fourth in that one, Petey. He's starting to make his way back up to the front of the field in tonight's race. Cotton now sitting at about P10. Brandon Otto would get fifth. Al Smith Jr. sixth. Cody Meyer seventh. Michael Sweeney in eighth place position for him. Then, of course, we mentioned Nicholas Rasmussen in ninth place. And Dale O'Neill would round out the top 10 in that one. But we're down with inside 20 to go, Petey. I don't expect one of our longer green flag runs of the night to come in this portion of the race, because now it's time where there's a lot less give and a lot more take as the lights go off for the pace car.
As things are starting to shake up here from Lanier, we have the top 3 as it looks for the last about 50 laps or so, and Justin Brooks is looking to win 2 in a row as we get ready for a restart with just under 20 to go.
It is going to be the outside lane that the 33 of Justin Brooks selects to take once again. 26 is going to be on the inside. Borges outside row number 2. Third spot going to go to the 7 of Matt Wright. Green flag flies back on the way. 33 car going to get clear. A challenge for second. 7's going to stick a nose in there. Does he have room? He goes below the checkered yellow line. And it's going to be 3 wide for a moment. Connection issues for now what was our second place runner as they cycle through 3 and 4 now. The battle for second's now going to go to the 7 machine as the 26 of Jared Fontaine running up front all race long. PD has just disappeared, may have lost connection.
I have no idea where he went, but right now I guess we have to assume the battle for second is the 7 and 32 as they race side by side. Is the 24 of Brandon Odo has found his way back to the
heartbreak for Jared Fontaine, and again he disappeared in the middle of the racetrack, but then again manually disconnecting. Not sure what the story is behind that, but we're going to go at it for the number 3 position, or rather the number 2 spot. It's Borges to the inside through and just about clear. The 7 Dodge machine holds the outside just a bit as the Matt Wright does not want to give it up, but Borges half a car length advantage now down at a 1 and 2. The battle for second rages on, but as they do that, the top spot pulls away by about 1.1 seconds, and out of the 32 of Borges is going to take sole control of P2. 24 machine trying to get back up through the field. Brendan Otto to the inside. Can the 7 machine clear him? Almost not able to do so. They'll continue to battle for P3.
Meanwhile, Justin Brooks is pulling away as they battle for P3. The number 24 is underneath the number 7 car of Matthew Wright. Brandon Odo trying to fight his way back to this field. He dominated this race early, fell to the back, and now he's underneath the number 7, racing for 3rd. The 116 has invited himself back to this party as he's back up to 5th. And things have cycled through interesting here from Lanier as we are just about to take 10 to go.
And Justin Brooks up at the front of the field, 11 laps to go that time by, as you said, almost at 10 to go, still side by side for 3rd. Props to the number 7 machine of Matt Wright for hanging on tough on that outside lane, trying to hold off the 24 machine. It is the Dodge Charger, the Dodge Charger machine up on the outside lane there as they continue to go side by side through the corner. And now we got more trouble. Caution flag going to fly. Somebody's around somewhere on the racetrack trying to get a number on that. 10 car is slow. That is Anthony Bunch. Not sure if he is the cause of that caution. He is. He went around on the front straightaway. He got into it. Looks like PD, the 1 machine, tried to go to the inside, hooked the 1 machine, and for one of the first times tonight, it's the car that makes the initial contact that gets the worst end of it. Trevor Williams is the 1 car. He actually went up into the outside wall, innocently collected the number 21 machine. We return to the caution flag period for what's going to be our final caution of the night, because we'll go green with about 5 to go, and with no green-white checkers, a caution at that point would end this race, and it looks like Justin Brooks, it's in his hands now to go back-to-back.
And Justin Brooks has just done an amazing job. I think he's had to be near 100 laps tonight, and he led every lap last week. Justin Brooks is making an early statement, if he can hold on tonight, that he is here and he is ready to battle Justin Floor and the other greats of this series for the championship.
And again, to note, this is a fixed setup series. So it's not like the 33 team is, come in here with some magical setup. He's got the same equipment that everybody else has. How about Ryan Borges, Speedy? He's had a fast car, but he's fast at a point where he's always getting up the P2, which always gets him stuck at the outside lane. It ends up biting him on these restarts.
But with the 33, he's been selecting the outside lately. Borges will be to the inside. If Borges can time this right, he may make Justin Brooks regret his decision. But so far in this race, not going to take anything away from the 32. I don't see how he couldn't be rookie of the race, as he is the highest running rookie at the moment.
And again, the multiple awards going out, as you touched on that. The Perry Plumbing Heated and Cooling Pole Award, obviously with the pole sitter Brandon Otto. The Philip Thompson Racing Hard Charger Award, the driver who picks up the most positions throughout the race. Right now, looking like it's going to be the 21 of Kyle Manger, as he started 24th, sits 7th right now. Again, that's just unofficial on my end of things. The NHR Racing Rookie of the Year Award, as you talked about Borges there, and also the D's Pit Stop Sportsmanship Award, the driver who gets the least amount of caution. Final restart coming up, going to be 4 laps to go at the start-finish line. Justin Brooks is going to elect to take the inside on what is going to be our final restart. 24 car gives him a tap on the back bumper as we go down the back straightaway, letting him know that he wants to get going. Pace car through 3 and 4, which is going to be the final restart down to pit road. Brooks in control. He is gone. Green flag flies. The 24 car is able to get to the inside of Borges. 7 car will as well. And Ryan Borges is going to be stuck in the outside lane. Peter battle for the lead. The 33 car, check it out, 4 car lengths into 3.
Ryan Borges is caught sleeping on that restart as the 33 is starting to check out, as the 7 and 24 race for second. And third is the 7 is underneath the 32. The 32 is still on the outside of the 24. Racing very close, beating and banging with just 4 laps to go here from Lanier. Racing hard for that final spot on the podium are the 24, 32, and 7.
They're still going at it. Now the 24 will clear Borges. 7 machine to the inside, and Ryan Borges may have some more company because the 116 of Dale O'Neill wants in there as well. Sideways at a quarter number 2 on coming to the white flag. Contact 24 car has a lot of help. The 7's into him as well. It's a dogfight. The white flag is in the air. They're trying to kill the 24 of Brandon Otto, but it is Justin Brooks miles in front of these guys. And in 3 and 4 for the final time, Justin Brooks, the BRM 150, checkered flag for the 33.
And the side-by-side for second, the 24 clinched the 7 at the line barely. What a finish for second.
That 24 car, I said they were trying to kill him, Petey. The 7, the 32, doing everything they could to try to get that DuPont Chevrolet out of the preferred groove. He forced up to the outside, but he was able to get that final spot, and we got big trouble here after the race. A lot of drivers settling some late scores as they'll door bang each other or run into somebody's bumper to let them know that they did not appreciate something, but the 33 machine is going to do a little bit of burnouts before he gets taken out by the melee. Back-to-back trips to victory lane for Justin Brooks II. We're going to step away for a moment, come back for the post-race show, talk to our top 3 finishers, and get you set for the next race. Going to be in 1 week's time, the Ag TV 100 at USA International Speedway. You're watching Season 4 of the Upstate Racing League, the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series on LSRTV. Post-race show coming up.
That was a veteran move right there, buddy. That was awesome. You're doing a great job. Fantastic job, buddy. That was a very, very impressive performance today. Great job, everybody. Great job. Very proud of you, buddy. You had to work your butt off for that one, man. seat there, man. Give those belts a good tug. Double check your steering wheel. Get a good look at your switches. Get ready to go here, buddy. Pit crew, we get a thumbs up from everybody? Okay, whatever. Our backup channel. Make sure everybody's on it can hear me. So you're going to be in the middle of a dogfight here. What do we need to try to do, do you think? Need to be a little tighter or a little looser?
Back live at the Lanier National Speedway as we get our first opportunity in about an hour to kind of calm things down here, PD, and catch our brass as the BRM 150, the Brian Rogers Motorsports 150 from Lanier comes to a close. Race 2 of 16 on the Season 4 of the Upstate Racing League with the Lake City RC Speedway Pro Late Model Series, and it is in the books, and we are going to run down and don't have communications with our race winner, so we're going to start with our second place finisher, the 24 machine of Brandon Otto, and PD, you've caught up on down pit road with the driver of the 24 machine.
Brandon, all the Speedy J's out, or do you got a copy?
Yep, I got you 10-4.
Well, Brandon, you started off on the pole, dominated the race early, and then got trapped on the outside, fell back to around 6th or 7th, and you just couldn't quite find your way back till the very end. Take us through your race.
Oh, it was an eventful one, that's for sure. Yeah, we qualified the number 24 iRacing Memes Chevy Corvette up on the pole. I was real proud with their qualifying effort. We dominated that first half of that race, and I couldn't be more happy with that. And then we just got trapped on the outside and fell back to it was at 6th or 7th. I ended up actually getting back to 11th at one point in the race, and ended up cooling down a little bit and gaining control of myself and just taking a few deep breaths, and ended up just getting my head back in it and getting back to the front. And I knew on that last restart there I had to catch Brooks a little off guard and get right up on him and fight for what I had. And, I'll take a second place finish after that. That was an eventful race.
Take us through that final lap. You, Borges, and Matt Wright racing hard for second. How did you manage to hold on to second on that outside line in the last corner?
I have no idea how I did it. I thought I was going to wreck at least 4 or 5 times on that last lap. I was sideways. I was getting pushed. I was getting thrown, dive bombed into the corner. Anything you could think of. It's just great short track racing, and I was fighting for what I had. I didn't have much tire left. I didn't have much car left, but I'll take that second place finish. I fought hard for it, so I'll take it.
All right, before I let you go, Brandon, anyone you'd like to thank? Who gets into this?
Absolutely. I would like to thank Kenny Hanna for watching. Obviously, my grandparents are watching. My girlfriend for putting up with me for doing this iRacing business. Got to thank iRacing Memes Facebook page. Obviously, Chevrolet and their awesome Corvette engine they gave me today. And also DL Performance. Andrew Lauer, Wesley Daniel, over there giving me a great car to run with tonight. Couldn't be happier. And I'd also like to thank Al Smith for putting this great league on for us week in and week out. He's just done so much for us this season, and it's a really great thing to be a part of.
All right, well, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Thank you for joining us in the booth, and good luck next time, Brandon.
Thanks, guys. Keep it up.
So that was PDU caught up with our second place finisher, and I'm on down pit road with our third place finisher, the 7 machine. Matt Wright's going to put that Dodge Charger home in P3. Matt, before we get to all the technicalities about this race, walk us through that final dogfight for that number 2 spot. You and Borges, I know, were all over the back bumper of that 24 machine, and you came up just about half a hood short at that start-finish line for second.
Yeah, it was just great short track racing at the end there, door to door. A little bump in here and there, but it was clean, and we were able to come home with a solid top 3 finish once again.
So walk us through entering this race. You qualified P10, and again, this race only being about 0.375 miles long, a very short one, not a lot of real estate. The inside lane being the dominant lane, essentially a one-groove racetrack. How were you able to fight your way through this field and evidently be able to finish this race in a top 3 running position with, I'd say, a decently clean-looking car, a little bit of right-side damage, but a lot better than a lot of these guys?
Yeah, we had a problem. We missed the start and found ourselves 2 laps down, so we just took it easy and worked our way back to the lead lap early on in the race. We got some right side tires pretty much midway through, and just picked them off one at a time. Got our way up to the top 5, and then really just tried to go all out and wound up where we were.
Rolling through now this season, 2 races in the books, and going forward, what's your assessment on how you and the team have performed so far, and your outlook on the rest of this season?
we've had a good start, definitely. Second and third place finish is good, but we got to find a way to get up there and beat Justin Brooks and win one of these races. We can't let him win them all.
Before we let you go, Matt, sponsors and shout-outs. Who makes it happen for you in the number 7 team?
I got to thank everyone here at Upstate Racing League. Al and all of them put on a great show. And week in and week out, hopefully it gets better and better. And I got to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast.
All right, Matt. Well, congratulations on back-to-back what's going to be top 3 finishes. Good luck rolling forward in this season. And we'll keep an eye for you in the number 7 team for sure up front here trying to chase that first win.
All right, thank you very much.
So that is Matt Wright, our third-place finisher. And by request, Petey, you're down on pit road. You've caught up at the 32. That's going to be Ryan Borges.
Yes, I have Ryan Borges. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Petey.
All right, well, take us through your race. At some points in the race, you were the only car who could keep up with the number 33 of Justin Brooks, and you gave one heck of a fight. Ended up 4th, got a little bad luck getting on the outside at the end. Take us through your race.
Man, it was a fun race for sure. Just untimely cautions and just didn't get enough time to challenge Brooks. But I really felt like that setup fit my driving style really well, and it showed because I was able to really get up to Brooks' bumper and Odo's bumper when he was leading, and I just didn't get enough time. Maybe not enough time. Maybe not enough pressure put on them, but I just couldn't get around them either time I had a shot. And towards the end, I just wasn't getting the restart lane draws that I needed, and just got shuffled back a little bit and didn't get a shot. But it was a good race overall.
Take us through that final lap. You and Matt Wright and Brandon Otto racing very hard for that second position. Did you think you had a shot to get up to second?
Well, I didn't want to sprint Brandon at all or Matt, but I was going as hard as I could. I thought I was gonna clip myself on one of their bumpers. I wouldn't have been that mad at them at all. But I was a little ticked just because I didn't get a shot at the win. I thought I had something, but that's racing, and I was going as hard as I could with Brandon and Matt. Gave him a couple taps and just couldn't get another spot or two. But it was a fun battle.
All right, before I let you go, Ryan, do you want to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, I definitely want to thank my friends at JD Marketing and 24 Designs for the paint scheme I had out there today. It was definitely a nice to have their support, and also XCal Racing. I got to thank them for all the guys over there.
All right, well, that was our 4th place finisher, Ryan Borges. And meanwhile, Evan Pasoko has gone down to victory lane and caught up with your race winner, Justin Brooks.
We're going to try to get a word real quick here with Justin Brooks, driver of the 33. Justin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, man. How you doing?
We're doing good, and we have to assume you're doing pretty good because the whole storyline entering this season was the fact that everybody was trying to chase down Justin Fuller, and it's been the Justin Brooks show so far. Back-to-back trips to victory lane. How did you get this one done with it being so hard to pass?
A little bit of patience, I guess you could say. I mean, I messed up in qualifying. I completely choked and wound up starting 6th, and I just pretty much, just tried to find the inside line. When I got the inside line on the restarts, it paid dividends to it. And when I got up to 3rd, and then I got up to Brandon and put pressure on him, made a mistake, and I got by him, and I thought I pretty much had it then. And I got a little bit of pressure from behind from Ryan and Jared, and thankfully they raced me clean, didn't lay the bumper to me or anything like that, so I really got to thank them for that. But like I said, it was mainly patience, and that's about it, really. I mean, I can't say anything else. I thought I was a little bit off tonight when it came to learning the line or whatever, but I mean, I guess it did pretty good for what I had.
Back-to-back trips to victory lane is definitely a preferred way to kick off a season. Obviously, 11 races through this thing, Justin. We're going to reset the points and have a 5-race chase. So at this point, you're really only going to secure that chase position and put up some pretty numbers there. How confident are you, obviously, with these first 2 races in the books, looking at your shots at a legitimate chance to take home that championship, but it's all said and done?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, if I can keep this consistency up of running up front, starting up front, and just staying out of trouble, I think we'll be pretty good there at the end. I mean, that's the main key, is staying out of trouble. Like with Justin, he's pitted both of the races, he's gotten in trouble, and it's hard for him to make up all that ground with doing that. And when you play the cards just right, that's what happens right here. And I think it's just a little bit of luck. I think luck comes a long way in racing, and I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
And a little bit of luck never hurt anybody. Justin, before we let you walk away, didn't get a chance to talk to you last week. Sponsors and shout-outs, everybody that makes it happen for you in the 33 team.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my main sponsor, Short Track Racing Network and Elliott Realty. They come on board for a long time now, sponsoring me, helping me out. Double Clutch, Fast Track Sims, Big Evil Racing, Justin Brooks Designs, all the guys over at Wheeling and Dillon Motorsports. They supported me for a long time now, and I appreciate every one of them. And I want to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I listened to it last week, and I'm sorry for missing the interview. I had something come up with making another race, and I sincerely apologize about that. So thank you guys for letting me in here tonight and speaking to y'all.
Well, thanks for taking a quick word with us once again, Justin. Congratulations. Back-to-back victory lanes, and we'll keep it on you coming up next week when we roll into USA. So, PD, those are our top 4 finishers, actually, that we got a chance to talk to tonight. And before we head out of tonight's race, your thoughts on what was a wild race, a very fast-paced race, a lot of, beating and banging off of each other.
A very incredible race we saw tonight. Justin Brooks showing his muscle once again this week, and I think tonight was a big statement race for Justin Brooks. He proved that last week was no fluke and that he is here for real. And also a big race for Ryan Borges, proving that he may be new, but he can run with the big boys, and we should see very exciting battles from these guys moving forward in the season.
The D's Pit Stop Sportsmanship Award going to go to Justin Brooks. No incident points as he finishes in the top position. Again, the Rookie of the Year one, believe we were talking about Ryan Borges. Not sure if that's official with the shuffle in the championship standings. And then also the Hard Charge Award, Kyle Manger, who started way back in this pack, is able to come up from 24th to finish 7th. Here tonight, PD. And before we step away, going to run you down through the final full field rundown. Again, a couple of names that we may not have been able to get to tonight. Apologize on that. But again, the pace laps there at the start of the race so quick, we're only able to run you down through the top 20. So we will give you the full field results presented by tonight's title sponsor, Brian Rogers Motorsports. It is Justin Brooks in victory lane. Brodin Auto second, Matt Wright in third, Ryan Borges fourth, Dale O'Neill with a P5 result, Joshua Conton going to be in 6th position, 7th going to go to Kyle Manger, Richard Holiday P8th, Chalmers Parker going to come home 9th, 10th position going to be Robbie Roy.
11th, Nicholas Ramusin. 12th is Philip Thompson. 13th, three-time defending champ Justin Fuller. 14th, Blake Rowe. 15th, Trevor C. Williams. 16th, Tony Mong. 17th, Danny DeBuque. 18th, Anthony Bunch. 19th, Eric Haig. And rounding out your top 20 is Brian Rogers Jr.
Al Smith Jr., one of the league organizers here with Upstate Racing. He comes home last car on the lead lap in 21st. 22nd is Jason Lewis, Zachary Mason, 23rd, 24th, Dylan Cadova, Jared Fontaine, disconnecting after being up front all race long in number 25 spot. 26 going to be Ronald Henry. Kevin Sermonsi is going to be in the number 27 spot. 28th going to be to Michael Sweeney. Cody Myers, 29th. 30th position going to be to John Knoll. The number 30 car will finish evidently in P30. In tonight's race, and also Richard Haskins, the 00 machine, going to round out our 31 card tonight, PD, and that does it from the Lanier National Speedway. Again, want to remind everybody to tune in on Tuesday, November the 4th. The NASCAR iRacing.com Pro Series is going to be coming to LSRTV for all 10 races of that through the 2014-2015 campaign of that, as the 50 drivers try to make the cut for the 2015 NASCAR Pecan Free Series. But that does it tonight. Next race going to be coming up 1 week's time to Hang TV 100 from USA International Speedway. So on behalf of everybody here at Upstate Racing League and race reporter Philip Thompson, my name is Pasoko, PD Zeller as well, Laura Lawson down at the production hauler. It is Justin Brooks who goes back-to-back trips to victory lane. We'll see you 1 week's time. Race 3 going to be coming up. That's USA International Speedway in 1 week's time.